What's up, everybody? This is Battlefield Joe 97 here, coming back from my hiatus to talk about my thoughts and experience from the first ever Anime NYC con in the Javits Center. It was really cool to have a full-on anime convention, or just a full-on Japanese-centric convention in the Javits Center, because most of my experience in terms of cons have been in New York Comic Con from 2014 until recently with 2017, and it was really cool to be able to have a Japanese-centric con within the heart of New York City. Because let me tell you something, trying to go from, what was it, that Times Square con, I was tempting to go there, but when this was announced, I just had to be able to do this, especially if Crunchyroll was the biggest partner to make this happen within the same place that New York Comic Con was held. And it was pretty cool. Unlike New York Comic Con, when they got rid of the weekend passes, here I had the chance of experiencing the entire con in all of its days from Friday to Sunday, and it was really cool as all hell. And then, of course, being a Crunchyroll Premium member, getting some exclusive perks here or there, especially getting some discounts, certain items, etc. So that was really, really cool. But anyhow, Anime NYC, all of the loot, everything, and telling you from my own experience. So, of course, the first day, I went on a shopping spree. I probably spent like maybe $250 plus on a lot of merchandise and some gifts that I'm going to give to a friend that I hold dear to my heart. A lot of things going out of it. So, of course, let me show you the things that I got for free throughout the convention, not just the first day, in order to get it out of the way. So, of course, Crunchyroll in their booth, the biggest one of them, they actually had a discount. So let's say if you bought anything and your order was like above $30 or $35, you actually have $5 off. If you showed them you are a premium member. So, of course, I said, fuck it, let me just get this and live the life of a weep. And that, of course, is a Himi blanket, which, of course, I have not opened yet, and I don't know if I really want to open it or not, because the blanket I do have in my bed is really good. Really good. But still, I just couldn't resist getting this, because, you know, the mascot is pretty cute. So I had this as well. What else? Oh, yeah. And, of course, there was a booth for some kind of a place in the show floor of something samplers, which, of course, I think maybe it's official license, official soundtracks for video game franchises. But, of course, I couldn't resist, because this is the 10th anniversary of a franchise that's basically a walking corpse at this point by Ubisoft. But I still hold it dear to my heart, especially the early installments, and even, say, Black Flag. And, of course, I am talking about Assassin's Creed, which is the first Assassin's Creed soundtrack, the second Assassin's Creed soundtrack, and, of course, this was a buy two, get one free kind of deal. So, of course, when I saw this, I said, fuck it, this is the one that I'm getting for free, and that is the Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon soundtrack. I absolutely love Blood Dragon, especially the soundtrack, so I couldn't resist getting them. I hold these dear to my heart. I just couldn't resist getting these things. These are like one of my favorite games from Ubisoft from the last generation, well, the 7th generation of consoles. Or maybe if the Far Cry 3, because technically that'd be counted as the 8th gen, but that's just me. And anyhow, there's a lot more soundtracks that I got as well. Of course, this was like in the Bondi, or I think no, it was the Bondi booth. And of course, they were selling the Hero Jam Project soundtrack from the One Punch Man anime. Now, of course, oh shit, something's about to fall over. Now, of course, even though there's only like 4 tracks within this soundtrack and it was $20, I just couldn't resist, because why not? The Hero opening, one of the best openings of this decade, period. It is so fucking good. And of course, the cover looks absolutely beautiful, and I couldn't resist having this as well. So I think this was like $20 in the Bondi booth. And of course, Bondi was just shilling the hell out of, like, what, Love Live or whatever those idol franchises were. And I was just like, yeah, sure, why not, you know, whatever. And of course, there was other soundtracks that I got as well. I forgot what booth this was, but they were selling tons of used soundtracks, American, Japanese, and of course this is the Japanese DVD cover-like soundtrack for Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, the original soundtrack, which of course I thought this had to be some bootleg shit, but of course I looked into it, and yeah, this is the actual casing that they sold in Japan for the Metal Gear Solid 4 soundtrack, and of course it comes in 2 CD-ROM discs. And of course, I love Metal Gear Solid 4, despite being a bit too long and playing more of a movie than an actual video game. At the very least, it holds a special place in my heart, and I just could not let this go. And of course, this was like $20, so I said fuck it as well. What else? Oh yeah, And of course, in Anime NYC, they had some of the cast members who voiced the heroes in Overwatch to be in it. The voice actor for Mercy, the voice actor for Genji, and of course for Diva. And even though Diva isn't like my number one favorite hero, that of course would be for Matt Mercer's portrayal of McCree. But I love Diva. She's pretty cute. So I thought, hey, why not get an autograph from the voice actress of Diva herself to sign my PS4 copy of Overwatch. So that was really, really cool to have. So hold this dear to my heart. Pretty good as well. And what else from this whole thing? Oh yeah, and of course, you can't go into an anime convention without buying some figurines. And of course, even though if you see the shelf here is a freaking mess and it's already full and I need another shelf, I just couldn't resist getting these as well, especially as a fan of One Piece and a fan of Sailor Mars. Best Sailor Scout, don't at me at that shit. I tell you that much. And of course, this is the One Piece Film Gold Monkey D. Luffy figurine, which costs you like $35 from a booth of Apocalypse Comics, which, of course, there's an address here on the price tag, which maybe I may look into him because the guy was pretty good to talk to. So, yeah, an official merch from Japan, sponsored by Funimation, Toei, Bondi, etc. So, when I get my new shelf, this bad boy is definitely going to be open. I can tell you that much. And then, of course, best Sailor Scout, best waifu in the entire franchise, Sailor Mars, could not resist. $50, same booth, Apocalypse Comics. And, of course, an official product from Toei Animation itself. And Bondi. So, yeah, I couldn't resist getting it because, you know, Sailor Mars, I love her so much. But, yeah, what else? What else to show off in here? Oh, yeah, in the Crunchyroll booth, along with the Himi blanket, I couldn't resist getting this glow-in-the-dark Mob Psycho 100 t-shirt, which, of course, it's still in its wrapping, so from the light and reflection coming in from the window, you can't really see that goodly, and I can't really show it off in being glow-in-the-dark, but this actually does glow in the dark, so that's really cool. I think this was like, what, $20, $30? I'm not exactly sure, but still, love my Mob Psycho 100. Another favorite of the decade. Couldn't resist getting this t-shirt. And what else? What else can I show? Oh yeah, the this thing. I just couldn't resist the Shirini Grin for like $7. Forgot what these are exactly, but these are like masks that you put in there for the cold. So it's just fucking. And what else? Oh yeah, these free pins, these free swags that Funimation was giving out during their Funimation Peep Show, which was the ending of the first day of Anime NYC for me. So of course, seeing a lot of loot shit. Especially shows that I didn't know actually existed, like this anime of a fucking penguin having a front tail, which looks like a dick, but it's actually his tail in the front of his groin. It's some weird shit. I forgot what it's called. I should have wrote it down or typed it on my phone, but it was some weird shit. And of course, one of the shows that they showed, I think, at the end of the Funimation Peep Show, which of course might as well just be counted as hentai, to be honest with you, is The Testament of Sister's New Devil, which if you see the pins themselves, if the reflection is bad, yeah, it's that type of show. You definitely gotta have some Bible Black kind of shit. Maybe not as explicit as Bible Black, but some shit like it. I can tell you that much. And what else going for the whole thing? These free slip-ups that they give out, promoting the con itself. Anime NYC. During the Sailor Moon cast panel, they were giving these out as well. Definitely looks nice. Would like to mat this. It looks fantastic. G-Kids was there promoting the Studio Ghibli Blu-ray DVD films that they acquired from the Walt Disney Company. And of course, advertising Mary and the Witch's Flower for next year. Definitely gonna see this, even if it's in my work job. So I said, fuck it. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. And, oh yeah, in the final day of Anime NYC on Sunday, not only did I buy my weekend pass and the lanyard, which is over here, I had the chance of buying a ticket for myself to see the Full Metal Alchemist live-action Japanese movie, which of course premiered at Anime NYC before it debuts in Japan next month on December 1st, which of course, as someone who loves Full Metal Alchemist to death, the 2003 TV anime, Brotherhood, the manga, etc. I just couldn't resist having the chance to see this and at least judge the film for myself, because like what, it was like $10 or $20. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, just go for it. And even though I was like in one of those weird positions, the scene where I had to like go like this, because there's always like that tall person in front of you in the movie theater. Like, unless you're like in those movie theaters where it's not like elevated like from over here, no, like elevated from here, but instead it was just flat. And it had like this weird kind of projection panel, which of course for next year they need to fix the seatings in order to be able to see the entire movie, or at least have those 3 screens in the main stage for the convention, to be able to see the movie instead of that one thing in the middle. Because it was a problem just going like this, like Nah, that was some bullshit. But anyhow, the movie, surprisingly good. I thought it was going to be a mixed bag, but it was surprisingly good, like maybe an 8 out of 10, that kind of good. Now, of course, I wanted to elaborate more about the movie for the next video, which is going to be me reviving the thoughts and feels of movies and TV series that I did before, and talk about the Fullmetal Alchemist movie before it hits Japan December 1st of this year. And of course, the show that I was there, because they took the tickets that I got for the premiere, they gave out this charm card of Alphonse, the Alphonse from the movie, which, fun fact, he's completely CGI. There's not even one scene of him, like, in a costume or whatever, but it was pretty cool. Pretty cool to have as well. And what else to show in the whole thing? Yeah, let's go into the posters. The posters itself. Mob Psycho 100, promoting the Blu-ray and DVD digital HD release. Multiple posters, because that kind of greedy motherfucker. Sailor Moon Crystal. The original Sailor Moon, the 90s version of it. Sorry if the lighting is off, because the window is like right in front of me. And of course, multiple posters, multiple free and paid posters. Fuck, it's about to fall over. Of course, I would like to open it, but it's too much of a hard work with the rubber band, so I just say fuck it. One of these is from G-Kids, the Ocean's Wave poster. Fantastic. The Hime, whatever pronounced Hime, the Crunchyroll mascot poster is from one of my favorite artists of all time. Definitely follow him on Twitter. Maybe put him in the description below. And, you know, very, oh yeah, and a poster, which I might open for here. A poster having the autograph for the Fullmetal Alchemist director, Fumihiko Sora, which was pretty cool to have. But yeah, I've been rambling about here and there because honestly, I had a lot more time at Anime NYC than I actually did in New York Comic Con, which, not to discredit New York Comic Con, there was a lot more to it than Anime NYC. For the first year of the convention, it was like using half of the Javits Center for the convention, and then maybe like the other half being for the lower level, used for the main stage, autograph sessions, etc. But still, I had a lot more fun. I was able to go into most of the place in like the second day alone. And it was really cool. They had like an arcade section in the main show floor itself. Played Taiko, played the Initial D arcade game. Various rhythm games that I didn't know Konami actually made, which was surprisingly, some of them were pretty inventive and some of them were fucking crazy to go through. But yeah, it was exceptional. It was really cool. And you know what? I think Anime NYC was successful, and when the second year comes along, definitely going to be buying another weekend pass and saving up tons and tons of money, because I was a little bit cautious, because, you know, Black Friday is coming out this week, so I was a little bit conscious of the money that I was spending in the convention itself. But for the first year, it was pretty good. I thought it would be somewhat disastrous, but overall, exceptional. Gotta give the team at Crunchyroll and the main people who wanted to have this in the Javits Center in the first place. I forgot their name. Maybe I'll put them in the video, or wherever it is in the video. But I've been rambling about. It was an insane week, going in and out, going through the MTA route just to be able to get to the Javits Center. It was just, I didn't have enough sleep. Even like today, I did a double at work, so I have no sleep at all. And I'm just rambling. But anyhow, that's my thoughts. Definitely watch out for the Fullmetal Alchemist live-action Japanese review. That'll be the next video, along with another video about the Wii and Wii U. Sort of a double review to talk about the Wii Essence that Nintendo had, and various other things to go over. This is Battlefield Joe 97. Catch you guys later. Have a nice day.